Hi, I'm Yuichi Nakamura from Hitachi. In CNCF, I'm serving as a governing board, and also I'm an organizer of Cloud Native Community Japan.
My name is Muto from NEC Solution Innovators, and I'm working as a SIG UI chair and CNCF ambassador and Kubernetes upstream training Japan organizer.
Hi, my name is Noriaki Fukuyasu. I work for the Linux Foundation. I'm a Linux Foundation staff. So I'm helping CNCF business in Japanese market. Thus, I'm helping Japanese community to grow. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Sunyanan, but most of people know my name as Lapang. I'm from IBM Research in Tokyo. I got involved in some CNCF projects. I'm also one of the organizers of the Japan chapters from the community groups. And I will be a co-chair for KubeCon Japan this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. As you noticed, we are all people from Asia, specifically most of us are from Japan. And English is not our first language, so minus for having accents or like stuttering a little bit. And because we are also very nervous, please allow us to drink some of the water sometime. Yeah. Okay, let's start from the community history of the Japanese case study. Nakamura-san, can you share with us how the Japanese community has evolved over the years and how you've recently managed to establish stronger connections with the global cloud-native ecosystem?
Yes, Japan was behind in the adoption of cloud-native technologies. There was no official connection with CNCF upstream for Japanese community. About 1.5 years ago, we collaborated to launch Japan chapter of CNCF called Cloud Native Community Japan, in short CNCJ. There are various people from CNCF member company and local community organizers and Linux Foundation Japan. And in CNCJ, we are organizing a special interest group, SIG, like security, sustainability, and WASM, and so on. We are holding meetups more than once per month. We are very active. And also, we are holding upstream training to increase contributors, and we worked very hard to invite KubeCon, the first KubeCon to Japan, and we succeeded to invite the first KubeCon this June.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Thank you. Yeah, you can also read the cheat sheet. For the next question, Muto-san, as someone who has the extensive experience in the community, could you briefly describe the landscape of cloud native activities in Japan before the CNCJ, the community, happened, like Nakamura-san explained? Perhaps maybe you can touch on initiatives like upstream training, or like Japanese conferences.
Okay, so as Yuichi said, we are running Kubernetes upstream training in Japan based on the new contributor workshop that was run in Kubernetes Contributor Summit before COVID-19. And we started it in 2019 and it had 12 events in 6 years. And as a result, we had 275 trainees as of now. And over 10% of trainees are students. Almost half of trainees are contributing to OSS. around 30% of trainees are contributing to CNCF projects. Over 20% of trainees are contributing to some Kubernetes projects. But only 3 trainees became K8O member. We also have diverse trainers. There are 6 active trainers from 3 companies and 1 university. Also, there are lots of cloud native and open source communities in Japan. I'd like to introduce some key communities. First, Kubernetes Meetup Tokyo. It started 2016 and they ran 78 events in 9 years. They have over 9.2 thousand members. They also have sub-communities such as Kubernetes Meetup Novice and Cloud Native Meetup Tokyo. Next, Cloud Native Days, previously Container Days. This is the largest Cloud Native conference in Japan. It started 2018 and had 14 conferences in 7 years, including events focused on CI/CD and observability. They have averaged 1.7 thousand attendees in Tokyo. Also, to address COVID-19 era, the live stream platform called Dreamcast was developed by them. Last, Open Source Summit Japan. It is an annual open source event held by Linux Foundation in Japan. It started in 2009. And its scale is around 1,000 attendees. This is one of the top international open source conferences in Japan. There are many other technical communities and the members are different in each community. So bringing these together is very important to hosting a large event like KubeCon.
Yeah, so there was basically there's like a Linux Foundation official conference and community conferences in Japan mainly. And for Fukuyasu, for the next question, you work for the Linux Foundation. So from the perspective of Linux Foundation and CNCF, what unique challenges did Japan have historically and faced in terms of technology adoption?
Okay, thank you. I think it is the nature, kind of like a nature of the Japanese industry that we are moving towards more and more isolated from the global trends rather than moving toward joining them. So because it's the nature, so without making like a push towards a collaboration, we just becoming more and more and isolated from the global industry. So that's the nature. So we basically had to do something to make them make the industry excited about collaborating in the global industry. So in the case of the Linux kernel community, so what we have done at the Linux Foundation was, as Muto-san just briefly mentioned, that we started an event called the LinuxCon Japan. I think 2009, I think, or either 2009 or 2010. And having that global conference, what we have done was basically, we brought global engineers, particularly maintainers, to Japan. Basically invite them over to Japan and had an opportunity for the local Linux kernel engineers to directly speak, communicate with the maintainers, global community leaders, so they feel more comfortable to sending the patch over the email. Without that, because of the language barrier and also the cultural thing, it had been really difficult for the Japanese developers to send a patch over the email which is like it's like sending their IP their patch to somewhere they have not even seen before, but having that conference locally in Japan, they are actually able to solve and communicate with the global top maintainers who will be reviewing their patches. So they have confidence to submit the patches, and that way we were able to increase the contribution from Japan. So eventually, after a few years later, among the top 10 Linux kernel contributing companies, some like a few of the Japanese companies like Fujitsu and the Renaissance has become one of the top Linux kernel contribution companies. So I think having something that kind of events locally is really important, and that was my experience of basically I guess increasing the collaboration of Japanese industry and global industry.
Thank you, Fukuyasu-san. Yeah, probably whoever is joining this session would agree with joining KubeCon is not just about the opportunity to learn, but also like we have maintained a summit or Project Pavilion. We have a place to discuss with upstream contributors, or you want to become contributors, and this is a really important opportunity to have such an event locally. Yeah, so that was like the highlight of like the Japanese community in history. For the next section, let's even dive into the challenges we face. So next question, Pan-san,
Yes.
could you elaborate on like we have several differences like in culture or like in languages or like the time zone differences even. So yeah, even for online events, we would have like, some challenges. And some of the attendees will have the same problem. So, yeah, how challenging is it for committee members to secure the kind of company support for attending distant conferences that often involve significant expenses?
Okay, I will first separate the questions. The first question is about the time difference, deep dive, like what is the challenges that we face, right? As our Fukuyasu-san and also the Muto-san already mentioned, we have a very strong local community. We have a lot of meetup, we talk with each other. Fukuyasu-san invite people to come to Japan. We connected, we get involved. However, what we had more problems is that if it's just only a single PR, it's okay. We can do a thing like asynchronous. We create a PR, we got the feedback, we got the review, PR merge. But in terms of in the long term, if you want to get involved, to be a part of the maintainers, for example, or to get involved to the latest thing that's come up to the community, it's not that easy due to our time zones. By the way, how many of you here face the similar problems that we face? Like, for example, your residence is in epic time zones, but yeah, we too. Most of the community call that I get involved is actually around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in Japan times, and it's very difficult. Even right now, it's just only once that I joined the 1 a.m. call. I have passed through the challenges in different way in my experience. One is that, okay, let's try to find a halfway, maybe 7 a.m. as your West Coast and then 11 p.m. in Japan. So some project yes, we can change to this one because, for example, the Kepler project that I'm the maintainer. So yeah, I make a decision. So it's 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. But some project is hard because most of the maintainer is they don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. So what I did is that first I tried to find the key persons who really interested on the proposal that I'm interested, try to pitching, trying to set up. I would say finding two time zones, people from two time zones happy, is much easier than finding the people from West Europeans and Japan. So trying to copying up, I mean I join one working groups and I do the copying, the one with the European time zone and another time from the people from the West Coast. So yeah, we are happy with that. And at some point when we take the time to deep discuss about our idea, get know to each other. It comes the time go back to the community and say maybe we want the APEC time zone. So in two of the things that I get involved in trying to contribute to did have our APEC time zones after we have the discussions on that. Yeah, that is the first question. Do you want the second questions to go, or is that time out? Okay, the second. Okay, I will try to go short for the second one. How to secure the ticket for the KubeCon? Yeah, I would say it depends on the company. In my company, they are willing to pay if you have like evidence of the contribution, like your talk got accepted, you got the fund to come and talk and meet people. But for some companies may not yet. But I just learned that actually CNCF has a very interesting page called like Convince Your Boss. You search is Convince Your Boss. Yeah, this is have like samples, like letters that you can like try to convince your boss that how valuable of the event is it. Yeah, is that enough for the answers? Short enough, or you want something more? Okay, thank you.
CNCF also provides like basically like a after expense type of funding, like a scholarship. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next question. Move on to the next question. Next, Muto-san. So, building your own experience as a upstream training trainer, could you discuss the like specific linguistic challenges and cultural nuances within CNCF project contribution and entry barriers for Japanese contributors like wanting to participate in the activity?
Yeah, I'd like to share barriers to studying contribution and how to overcome. First, there is a language barrier for Japanese. The most difficult thing about English for Japanese people is the difference in the word order. In Japanese, word order is subject, object, verb. But in English, it is subject, verb, object. Even if there is a translator by GenAI, the word order is different. So if a sentence is not finished speaking, the translation will not be completed. And the time lag will occur and making it difficult to understand synchronously. To reduce the language barrier, we encourage people by saying we don't have to be fluent in English like me. The people in the community are very, very kind, and there's no need to worry. We need to write documentation to know how to get started and what the etiquette is, and place to try it out. Kubernetes-related projects have good documentations and repositories such as contributor playground, but few people can read and understand everything, so they have no choice but to try it out. So I hope that existing contributor will kindly teach beginners. And what I want to emphasize here is that please use emoji, such as smiley faces, to show your kindness, so that beginners do not get scared. Another big issue is the difficulty of finding time to contribute. There are many people who are not able to contribute as a company people or as part of their work. There are various reasons for this, such as open source policies and internal rules not being established, or the procedure being too complicated and taking too much time. Even if there are rules, it can be difficult to get boss's understanding and permission. There's something that upstream training cannot do anything about. So I'm working as a SIG business of CNCJ to discuss OSPO-related topics. But I feel that this is one of the biggest barriers. Many contributors also discuss this as a problem at the maintenance summit. Therefore, I believe we need guidance and workflow templates to spread open source culture internally and get an understanding the value and permission to contribute.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess we need to convince your boss for contribution to open source as well, especially in enterprise. Right. Okay. For the next question, Fukuyasu-san, could you highlight the importance of localization efforts for CNCF and Kubernetes-related resources? How critical is this for expanding the community in non-English-speaking countries?
Well, without translation, they are not able to convince the boss. That's for sure. That's really sure. But anyway, there was a really interesting report came out 2023. So that was done by the Japanese government. The report was called the Digital Transformation Report 2023. So in that report, it was actually really shocking. So the adoption of the technologies like container or methodologies like DevOps was like less than 10% in Japan. That was shocking enough. But what was even shocking was 40% of responded that they don't even know what they are. So that was really shocking. And that actually really happened because many of cutting edge technology information is basically distributed in English language, and unless it is translated into Japanese language, it won't be distributed across Japanese market. So they are able to convince their boss, and the boss make a decision to adopt those technologies in their business, in their system. So I would say translation is really, really important. I would say.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a very shocking report. Let's move on to the next section. So this was like what's happening in the challenges which have been ongoing, and let's touch the part of gaining CNCF recognition, getting attention from CNCF, in order to adapt KubeCon to the region. So, Nakamura-san, could you explain the motivations behind establishing CNCJ, the Community Japan, in light of the challenges we've discussed? Also, could you share insights about the importance of sponsorships in making these events possible?
Okay, about the first question, the biggest challenge is to change the culture. However, to change the culture, it is important to change mindset. Let's go to upstream. So about the contribution, we are holding upstream training, inviting top-level contributor, Japanese-speaking contributor, and about to increase CFP to increase speakers in KubeCon. We held a meetup called Let's Submit CFP, and the KubeCon speaker like Ota-san tell how to pass CFP and how to hack CFP. It was very useful. And also we invited KubeStronauts in Japan, and we held a meetup called Let's Become KubeStronauts. And the KubeStronauts gathered, and KubeStronauts shared their experience. And thanks to that, in Japan, the number of CubeStronaut is higher compared with other countries. And also, the big challenge is time zone. About time zone, as Pan-san said, we are seeking collaboration with APAC people. APAC people, their time zone are similar to Japan JST. Recently, one of our organizers launched Tag Security APAC meeting. It is working well, and they are collaborating to write a white paper around IAM. About second question is about the importance of sponsorship. Sponsorship is very important. It is a fact. We need money to hold a big event like KubeCon. Venue is very expensive, and the networking takes money, and a lot of we need money for Logi. So in order to invite KubeCon Japan, we persuaded CNCF that we can gather a lot of sponsors. And the organizers also persuaded their companies and their friend companies to become sponsors. And we showed CNCF that we can candidate of sponsor list, and the CNCF finally approved to have KubeCon Japan. Also, it was important to involve high-level sponsors in Japan, platinum and gold members. It was also important.
Yeah, Nakamura-san's company is Hitachi, and Hitachi is one of the top-tier sponsorship for KubeCon. If you're interested who's sponsoring, you can look on the website. Okay, yeah, we are running out of time a little bit, but let's try to make it to the last question. For the second last question, Pan-san, you're a KubeCon chair.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a KubeCon chair. So could you share like the updates on the current sponsorship acquisition and the CFP status, including submission numbers and also acceptance rates and some details about the upcoming events?
Sure. First of all, like Nakamura said, sponsorship is very important. So start with the sponsorship is correct. We have 3 of the platinum sponsors. Okay, I will watch to the Fukuyasu side whether I talk to the right number. Okay, we have Google Cloud, we have Hitachi's and Yahoo's corporations for the platinums members. We have 10 of the gold members. We have 13 of the silver members, and we have 2 startup members. Correct? Yeah. The numbers can still going until May 2nd, in my understanding, for the end of the contracts. For the status of the CFP, I would say we is mean my co-chairs are Ayoma-san's and Kimura-san's and me as a co-chair, and our program committees is really imminent, and there's prestigious program committee. We have 61 committees helping us on evaluating the CFP, and finally we have received 746 of their submissions, and we calculate just only for 46 of them, with a very small number. If you don't want to calculate it, already calculated 6%, which is less than our top tier conference with 10%, 20%, 30%. It's very difficult for us to get the list of the CFP. I forget the last. Is this a question? Oh, okay. About the KubeCon Japan is gonna be on June 16th, 17th at Odaiba and Hilton. Hilton Hotels Odaiba, Tokyo. Odaiba is a really popular seaside recreations place that you can enjoy all the days or the weeks, and you can take public transportations to many places. So believe me, I could tell more about like how amazing Japan is would be, but I don't think we have time for that, right? Yeah. Okay. My last questions to the audience: how many of you are going to KubeCon Japan? No. I need a hand. Even you're not going, can put a hand, like just to make it like that. Yeah. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, please also do consider coming to Japan. It's a great place. Okay. Yeah. I think we still have like a few minutes, so let's go to the last question. Fukuyasu-san, to wrap up our discussion, could you share with our audience that what kind of support CNCF can do hosting KubeCon in their locations? What advice would you give to communities?
Okay, well, the Linux Foundation and the CNCF will be able to, create the place where an opportunity where people can get together and discuss, right? Thanks for those sponsors. But as I said, for Japanese developers, it is an opportunity for them to interact with the community leaders like you coming from overseas. So without your participation, actually, KubeCon Japan isn't really valuable for Japanese industry. So we really hope that you come over to Japan, encourage Japanese engineers to participate more into the community. And in order for you to enjoy the time in Japan, we all are happy to help. To make your trip worthwhile. Please welcome to Japan.
Thank you. Okay, so we have to close. So if you have any questions, please talk to us, especially Nor-san from Linux Foundation, and also KubeCon co-chairs here. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to interact. Thank you for coming our sessions today. And have a great KubeCon.
Thank you.